Good morning. Today we are going to be covering section 10.3, the Pythagorean theorem. We are preparing for geometry for next year. So let's go through the process. You guys have seen this back in 8th grade last year and probably in 7th grade as well. The Pythagorean theorem states that a relationship among the sides of a right triangle. It must be a right triangle in order for us to be able to use the Pythagorean theorem. Now, when you have a triangle, the hypotenuse is the side opposite of the right angle. So I always think that this is the right angle. If I place an arrow, this will always point to the hypotenuse. Now, the other two are called the legs. In a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs. Notice the hypotenuse, we always denotate the hypotenuse with letter C. The legs, it can be A or B, or you can place them as A and B. It doesn't matter the order. By your hypotenuse, the letter C must be opposite the right angle. So let's write the formula on the left. So in the right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse, the square, so it'll be C squared, is equal to A squared plus B squared. That is a formula that you memorize, and that you should have it memorized at this point. So let's go through the example number 1. And you are able to use a calculator on this unit. So if you want to use a calculator, you can. You don't have to, but it's available for you. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the missing side. So you have 3 is one of the legs. This will be letter A. B will be the other leg, or it can be B and A. It does not matter. And C is the hypotenuse. I always think of forming this right angle as an arrow, so therefore that is letter C. So let's write in the formula. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. C is what you're looking for. A will be 3 squared, plus B is 4 squared. And I just need to be able to simplify it. C squared is equal to 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16. C squared is equal to 9 plus 16 is 25. Now, to get rid of the square, we are going to take the square root on both sides. So the square root and the square cancels each other. C is equal to the square of 25 will be 5. And you are able to use a calculator. Now, if you grab a calculator and it says FX, make sure that you press mode and you want number 1. And that'll go back to normal. So mode and then the number 1. And you can type in square root of 25, which is 5. So therefore, this is 5. And some of you guys do remember that you do have some special triangles, such as 3, 4, and 5. And you'll see a bit more of that in geometry, or also in concepts of geometry for those of you guys that are choosing that class. Let's try letter B. Notice that the missing side is opposite the right angle, so therefore this is letter C. Let's write in the formula. A can be 7 or B can be 3. It doesn't matter. I'm going to place this. A will be 7 and 3 will be B. So let's write in the formula. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. You must memorize the formula for the test. C is what we're looking for. A is 7 squared plus B is 3 squared. C squared is equal to 7 squared is 49 plus 3 squared is 9. We add them, 49 plus 9 will be 58. Now, I need to be able to get rid of the square. To get rid of the square, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. The square root and the square cancel, so therefore C is equal to the square of 58. And we can convert to a decimal, or see if we can simplify it. I'm going to type in square root of 58. I'm going to press enter. Notice that it gives you square root of 58, so it cannot be reduced. This can be your answer, should be your answer. But if they want it as a decimal, we can just press the SD, and I'll convert to a decimal. And I just need one decimal place, so it'll be 7.6. Notice that I placed two squiggly lines, which means approximation. The exact value will be the square root of 58. Since we rounded up to one decimal place, this is an approximation. Let's go over to example number 2. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the missing side. First thing I do, I look at my right angle and I place an arrow to indicate that this is the value of C. That is your hypotenuse. This will be the value of A, and we're looking for B. So it'll be C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. C will be 10, that'll be 10 squared, equal to A will be square of 21 squared. So we still have the square outside, plus B squared. The square root and the square cancels each other. So therefore I have 10 squared is 100. They cancel each other, so it'll be 21 plus B squared. And I just need to leave the B by itself. I'm going to move my 21 to the left, becomes a negative 21. And we're just solving the equation. 100 minus 21 will be 79 equal to B squared. To get rid of the square, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So therefore B is equal to the square root of 79. Now we can see if we can simplify that. For example, if I have the square root of 20, and if it can be simplified, it'll give you the simplified version of it, just like we've done before. In this case, it's square root of 79. That one cannot be simplified, so it gives you square root of 79. So this is your answer. If you can also give me the decimal approximation as well, press the SD. So B is approximately 8.88. I need one decimal place, so therefore this 8 will make this into a 9. So 8.9. Sometimes you'll see your answer as a square root on a multiple choice. Sometimes you'll see it as an approximation. Let's try letter B. So go and try letter B by yourselves and see what you get. Go and pause it, try letter B, and then we can compare our answers. Great. We notice that this is the right angle, so therefore this is your hypotenuse, which is letter C. I'm going to write down the formula. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. C is 5, so it'll be 5 squared. A is what I'm looking for. B will be 3. Or the other way around. This can be letter A and that can be letter B. Either way is fine. You'll get the same answer. The one that's very important to have is that C is opposite your right angle. And if you place an arrow, that will make sure that you always get it correct. So therefore A is what I'm looking for. B is 3. 5 squared is 25. A squared. 3 squared is 9. I just need to solve it, so I'm going to move my 9 to the left, becomes a negative 9. 16 is equal to A squared. To get rid of the square, I'm going to take the square root, one last step. Square root of 16 is 4, correct. And that'll be your answer. Notice that I kept the equal sign because square of 16 is a perfect square, so therefore your answer is 4. And let's try the last example. Notice that they give you a description, but they also give you a picture. But let's go through the problem. You are trying to determine the distance across the lake from point A to point C. You lay out the post at ABC, ABC. So the angle B is a right angle. You measure and find that the length of AB is 22 feet. It's labeled for you. CB is 34 feet. How wide is the lake from A to C? This is a right triangle, so therefore I can use the Pythagorean theorem. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Remember, there are a few times that they give you the letters. This is your right angle, so therefore this is your hypotenuse. Let's call that letter X. That's what I'm looking for. So therefore that'll be X squared. A can be 22 or can be 34, it doesn't matter. In that case, I'm going to place this as 22 squared. And B will be 34. The numbers are a bit large, so you are able to use a calculator. We have X squared is equal to 22 squared. That gives me 22 squared, 484, plus 34 squared, 1156. X squared is equal to, I'm going to go ahead and add them up. That gives me 1640. I need to take the square root on both sides to get rid of the square. So therefore the square root and the square cancel. So X is equal to the square root of 1640. Notice that gives you the simplified version of it. That'll be the exact value. I need an approximation. So therefore I'm going to press an ST. Especially in this real life problem, you do need to be able to approximately say X is equal to 40.49. So therefore this 9 makes this one into one number higher, which will be 5. And that'll be in feet. And that'll be your answer. So today you just have to be able to complete your homework. That'll be due the next time I see you, and have a great day.